Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here not at the usual scheduled time. Well, mainly my fault. I kind of dropped the ball on organisation, and because it was the international week, and I was just kind of like, normally that's the deadline show gets a wee bit of time off on a Friday in the international week, but MLS waits for no man. So we're going to have a deadline show for the last hour, a bit of an MLS special. But before we get into that, obviously I'm Quinny, joined by my co-pilot as always. Harry, the Welshman trades in the house, and we can't not talk about, obviously, Harry's boys doing the business last night and setting up a crunch match with Poland for the Euros. Harry boy, good to see you, and how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, mate, to be fair. I'd have felt a lot better if my Sorare teams kind of came through, but we'll put that down to the Israelis. I think them benching Oscar Gluch was the catalyst to me not getting much success yesterday, but the Welsh boys on the other hand, Jesus, yeah, like I didn't expect to score that many goals, to be honest. I really didn't. I was quite surprised. Scoring like 2 minutes into the game was a bit of a shock, and yeah, that sort of set us up then to obviously go on and win the game quite comfortably, even though it was, by halftime, I think it was 2-1 maybe at halftime or whatever. And it was a little bit closer than we would have liked, but yeah, we pulled away and set up a massive game, like you says, on Tuesday against Poland, which I don't think's. Well, it's not an easy game at all. I didn't even think Finland would be, but yeah, this will be a big game for us if we want. Obviously, go through to the Euros this summer.
Aye, I was just saying to you before we came on, Poland are no team to be feared. This is a game that I think you guys have got every chance in. You're telling me the books made it 50-50 split. It's an even game, and that's probably about square. And we were just kind of chatting about that before getting stuck into it. But there's a little bit of news just come into the live chat, Harry, saying, Japan is cancelled.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. It's something to do with scheduling or something. So the Japan, whoever they're playing, matches
North Korea.
North Korea is or the reverse fixture. So they played this midweek. They were supposed to play again, but yeah, all cancelled. So that's one international game down. You still have got the Australian game. There's a couple of others, South Korea, to kind of worry about. But yeah, so that's one. I mean, yeah, unlucky if you've got Japanese players. I know Quinny, you're a big Ayo Tanaka guy, but yeah, just annoying, isn't it? Really annoying.
Yeah, well, these international weeks are always just a Brucey bonus, as it were, normally. But like I was saying at the tip off of the show, we're under an hour away from the deadline as we're live. If anyone is watching this after we've been live, fist bump to you, absolute hero and legend. Me and Harry will be here for the deadline and maybe a wee bit of meandering thereafter, just because we're only kind of on for an hour. Feels like it's probably going to shake out in such a way. But it's all about MLS Special Weekly. We've got that up and running. It's the first of a 3-week Special Weekly from Sorare where they're giving out a bucket of cash. MLS, like I said in the intro, it waits for no man. It waits for no international break. It will play its football all the time, no matter what. And we've got a full slate of MLS to go through for this one. So rather than normal going through the matchups tab and all that kind of stuff, we're just going to go through all the fixtures, look at predicted 11s, and we're an hour away from kickoff. So any other news that is filtering in there as the Americans start to wake up and join us for the deadline itself from camps and all the rest of it, because some of these injury reports and stuff like that haven't been quite as forthcoming as we're used to having them from the MLS recently. So anything that is trickling in, get into the live chat, hit the like button when you're here watching the deadline show with us as well on Twitter, X, whatever, YouTube, Twitch, and anywhere else in between. At Harry Trades on all the platforms as well, you'll find Harry. And get into the live chat and let us know. Are you going for the money? Are you going for MLS Special Weekly, or are you going All-Star Cap or Region? What's going on in your gallery? Are you still using some international cards? Let us know what ones you're tackling, because there's just a lot of friendlies as well going on now. There's not that many competitive international games. It is really about the full MLS, Harry boy, isn't it? And as we take it to I suppose we've got the matchups tab here. Atletico Nacional at home, the best team up there, which is fantastic for them. Well done. But looking at MLS, it's LA at the top.
Yeah, LA, Orlando, Vancouver, Cincy, New England, I would say, are like the standouts. You've got Kansas City here at home to LA Galaxy, but they're scoring quite a few goals right now. Yeah, I'd probably argue that, there's probably 4 or 5, good home fixtures, I would say. In the MLS, but they're all like, we know what the MLS is like. It's so hard to sort of tell what's going to go on. And like Orlando have been shocking so far this season, but they're playing Austin, who have been probably even worse. So, there's little situations where, could it be like an Orlando sort of bounce back situation there at home? Nashville without a few players. I mean, every team's without a few players. I think that goes without saying, right? There's internationals, like you say, but there's also some injuries. I think I saw literally before we went live, I think Messi's been training. They're saying that he's not going to make it for this weekend against the Red Bulls. So, yeah, mate, like a lot of teams are depleted. Loads of goalkeepers are just not goalkeeping in the MLS this weekend. You've got lots of second and third choices getting the nod. That's caused a bit of confusion, I guess, for the MLS Special Weekly and obviously Champ America as well. But we do have second division Spain as well. I think that's something we should sort of, touch upon because they have a full fixture. Second div Spain, Quinny, waits for nobody either. And yeah, I've got my little second division limited team out for this weekend for the Road to Glory, which I'm excited about. We've got like sprinkles of Mexico, you've got sprinkles of Ecuador, Colombia, Chile. I think we've got a bit of everything really on the sort of America side of things. Bar Argentina, there might be maybe no Argentina actually at all. So yeah, it's a weird one, but I guess MLS is where it's at for us, isn't it?
Well, I was just going to say, Germ is absolutely got what would the expression be? It's escaping me. But Dallas haven't got a game. they're the odd one out this weekend. As some of you will know, MLS normally there's an odd number in the leagues, and there remains that this year. No new franchise added this year. And yeah, it means every game week one team sits. So this week, the first week for the money, it's Dallas that sit out. So hard luck to them. But it does mean there's two other teams, by the way. So maybe watch out for that. Don't assume everyone's got 3 games in this. Maybe double check your stack real quickly before we get into that deadline as well. And say if you are watching us on YouTube, do hit the like button when you get in and jump into the live chat and let us know. We've got a lot of action on Twitter as well and a few other bits and pieces. So thanks for Cherm for highlighting the Dallas one as well. And fist bumps to everyone else on Arrival that's joining us. Let us know your teams that you're building. What divisions are you going for? Are you attacking the money? Are you going for a region or a legacy competition, as we'll probably refer to it as? But yeah, really interesting to find out from you guys what you're up to. I've got a few cards. I've got a wee team, a wee bit of deadline drama maybe once we see the lineups and stuff. But I think we'll start with that top game that's up there, which is LA at home to Nashville. And Nashville's a team that are probably more stacked than LA on the Sorare leaderboards generally. Willis, Zimmerman, Mukhtar is like a spine, isn't it, of so many collections and galleries quite comfortably. And LA have had so much transfer business where, that's not really the situation that they've got. So an interesting one card-wise, I think. Big Denny Buanga, of course, the main man in town for the black and gold. Atuesta is back in town, actually. Maybe a wee bit of an overlook on him. But he's back. So any of those long-term holders that suffered that pain of him playing in Brazil and not really doing the damage is going to be pretty buzzing to see him back where it all began for him, really. Big Bogus up front.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a 9, but yeah, can kind of play there, whatever. And he's really good. He scored a really good goal already this season. But yeah, Buanga hasn't really been firing yet. He's on a bit of a, I don't know, like he just hasn't really kicked on yet. Obviously, we're still really early on in the season. You could probably say the same for the Nashville team. Nashville haven't really done much either. Mukhtar, I don't think has scored a goal. He was injured for a bit. Sam Surridge is back earlier than I expected, so that's good for them. But yeah, no Zimmerman. Like the team ain't looking great in my opinion. No Schaffelberg. You've got Tyler Boyd on one wing, Newell on the other. I don't know. I think this Nashville side is really like it's in a bad situation personally. Like if Mukhtar and Surridge ain't doing anything, defensively,
bang average, isn't it?
It's so horrible compared to like having to play against that sort of front 3 or front 5 maybe with Tillman and Atuesta. Yeah, I do struggle to see anything but a LAFC win here. You could also
strong first 11, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I'm like, so I think Sorare Brazil said in the chat there, like no defensive stack in the MLS is any good, but like I'd probably argue, I know it's the first one we've seen and they have the best odds to win the game, but this is probably the defensive stack if there is one, right? Like a Larice Hollinghead or Larice Murillo or whoever, something like that. I think has a good chance of a decent little clean sheet this weekend against this Nashville side. I don't think we'll see many others though. Personally, we never see many clean sheets in the MLS. Let's be honest. But if I had to, sort of stick my neck out and say this probably has the makings of being one of those.
Alex Coombs all about in the Liga 2. There is a lot of D2 action there. Fist bump tees all on arrival. But Show 6 has got the intel for us. It's New England next week, so no Carlos Heel to worry about, by the way. So that's fun. That's fun for the fields, for sure.
It is.
And Nixon Pike here is going to play 240. He's going for the bigger freshie on that with the Kansas boys and somebody else with an L15. So that's pretty cool. Good to hear that strategy. That's a fun one. And I think if Mukhtar doesn't turn up, like how many shots are Nashville actually going to have? Really, if they score in this game, is it more than one? Not really, So
no chance.
So it's quite actually decent odds in terms of probability in my mind, certainly, Harry. So I quite like that shout. That's a good one. Second up on the list, we had Orlando. On you go. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like this one, although it is high on the list, like they haven't been good at all, Orlando, like at all. They're missing Gillespie, the keeper. I believe he's away on international duty. If we have a little look on Play Sharper.
Yeah,
he's gone. I don't know what's going on with Facundo Torres right now, if anyone's got any info. But I know he's normally away with Uruguay, but he didn't start the last game. He's been a bit suspect so far this season, with Enrique and Julo sort of occupying the wing positions. So, I don't really know what's going on there.
Muriel starts.
Muriel starts, no Maguire. I think he's away on international duty. And I mean, it's a good team against literally probably the worst team in the league is the issue. Not the issue, but the good thing for Orlando, Although they haven't been firing, they have a chance here to really do well against an Austin side who, aren't in good shape. Derusi at 50% there. I'm not sure if that's injury related. I'm going to assume yes. But that team just not good, Quinny, is it? Let's be honest. If you take Derusi out of that team, how bad is that? Genuinely now.
Yeah, it's like an MLS team again, isn't it? Whereas this team, but I think it's got a bit more about it. Second string goalkeeper or not, you know what I mean? Schlegel and Janssen are like proper MLS players, like big time.
Good. Yeah, I like Janssen. He's a good player.
Yeah, they're like proper. Lodero obviously playing deeper. We know him normally as and then this Ojeda guy, he's got a reputation. I think I've heard good things about this Angulo, but I've not seen him. And I said that I think I've made the video and I've not put it out, right? But Luis Muriel for me is going to be fantastic this season, or it has the potential to be one of the best new signings this year. Orlando have got a great track record of DPs working out with Nani and Kaka, so I know this guy isn't Kaka, but he's definitely kind of Nani level, Nani was pretty sweet for Orlando, and Muriel's a finisher, and if you've got an elite one of them in MLS, they can bag you 20 plus goals, you'll go far, so seeing him start, I think, is pretty good. But when I seen this team, man, I don't know. Stuver is an AA junkie. He's a good keeper for catching some saves.
He is, yeah. Well, he'll have to be because this team's in front of him's horrendous. You're gonna as a keeper, you're only as good as your defense. If you're allowing shots on target, obviously there's the chance of getting high AA, but it's also the same chance of conceding 3. That's kind of the issue with him. It's the upside is concede 2 and get 25 AA for a Stuver, which can be great, don't get me wrong. But I do think more often than not, this Austin team is going to concede multiple goals. And so, obviously, hopefully this is the Orlando week for them. Fixture doesn't get any better. It's at home and it's against literally the worst team in the league right now. So, fair play to if you've got, the Orlando stacks.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad one in terms of the goalkeeper. I think he's done this job a few times. That starts Stuchaya or whatever you call him.
He's come in a few times. Yeah.
So he's kind of he's it's not a surprise to him, And then we've got Vancouver at home to RSL, and this game looks good on paper. RSL, not doing great at the moment, certainly. And as we know, Vancouver have got some big hitting players like Pedro Vite. I've been a big fan of. I know a lot of people in the Sorare community love a Krylak. And then Brian White and Gold obviously formed a bit of a good SO5 partnership last season. Takaoka and Goals. It's a good team, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's sort of quite a, it kind of looks like what we saw last year. Krylak playing against his ex-club, so you probably argue there's a little goal there for him. I'm not a betting man, but I'd assume he gets something this weekend. Gold might allow him to have a penalty or something. Who knows? Hopefully not for the gold stackers. But I was just thinking then, I think Vancouver have 4 home games in a row, Quinny. So they are the stack for this MLS weekly, for the next couple of weeks on paper. because having to fly to Vancouver for a lot of these American-based teams is obviously not ideal. And so no travel for Vancouver for a month is obviously pretty big. And so I do like RSL, but away from home, missing Pablo Ruiz, like they've got a few big players missing, and Vancouver's team looks pretty normal. Like they're not really missing anyone too crazy. I'm not seeing here, to be honest. So this again, this could venture into the maybe this is where you be maybe stacking defensively as well as obviously your goals or whatever. But I'd be quite confident if I had a Vancouver defensive stack. I wouldn't mind deploying it here. No Diego Luna for Real Salt Lake. He's away with the national side, so big miss there, sort of creatively. Marango's a good number 9. Like he is clinical if he can get the chances. Big McMath in goal. Jesus, this team doesn't look great either. To be honest, it's fine, but
they've just got a pure goal scorer up front, don't they? Like
right, he's just
if you get that in around 18 yards, he'll probably part Vancouver. But you look at the rest of this team, and like I don't know this team very well, but the ones I do know, like I just don't. Yeah, I don't see how RSL come out of this one with a positive result, really. So it could be a bit of Vancouver season, a wee run, because they had some Champions League stuff early season. MLS clubs normally suffer a bit of a hangover for that, and I think they have this year. So this might be a nice wee home stretch for them where they can get their form, get their rhythm going for the season. And RSL could be the lambs to the slaughter in that way. So bring it on, gold season.
It is gold season.
And then
who we got after that? Cincy. Yeah. I mean, this is where I've put my eggs this weekend. I've got the Cincy stack of Acosta, Bupenza. I've got Miazga in there as well. I have a Corey Baird, but I don't know if I'm going to use him because I don't really rate him. I might look elsewhere for that one. But New York have been weird so far this season. Again, quite similar to last season, I think, as far as the team and sort of how they're playing. Like it's no recognized number 9. Hans Wolf is a fucking at best, bench player. Like he's not a great player. He's played for Swansea. He's played for all sorts of teams in the Bundesliga. I mean, he's fine for the MLS, but he hasn't really done anything. Santi's been carrying the team so far with his contributions as per. But San's got a red card the game before last, so he's back now. I think Keaton
Park's got the reds. Aye.
Park's got the red on the. So they've both had red cards already, which is not a good look, is it, for your CDMs? Pereira is a good player, though. I think him coming in, alongside Sands gives him a little bit more of dynamism maybe than Parks, even though he's a good player and I rate him. But again, man, there's just like an obvious like mismatch again, or like in a lot of these teams. Like I just look at it and go like, you take Santi out of that team, man, it's just shocking. Like it's just not a good New York team, is it? And then you've got Cincy with like, you take a Costa out, obviously it's 10 times weaker, but like you've still got like Yedlins and Miazgars and Orellano. Like there's still like guys in there. You're like, wow, okay, like they've spent money. They've got some good players in there, and this is without Miles Robinson, who was playing last night for the US team. So like, I do worry for New York here, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's been frustrating to see. Like we heard last season that Cushion was going to keep his job despite how crap NYC were, and it was all about, we didn't get the right players in. We never replaced Castellanos, and we've never replaced, this one and that one. Basically, that's why they've went out and got so many players in. But it's just no one's hit the ground running yet. It's just kind of good for me because I need to buy a few of these guys, and they're kind of cheap. So don't really mind that. But obviously, I don't expect this to be a good game. But normally in MLS, like New York's the sort of team that could be an upset in this fixture, if you know what I mean. Like they go against the form book in that regard. Maybe they squeak a draw or jam their way into a win, because Santi does get a goal, or an assist or something, and there is some players on the bench now. And apparently some of these guys, Ojeda and Fernandez, are meant to be pretty tidy when they get going.
Good.
So
they're good players, but you need other good players around them. I'm not saying they don't have a couple, but there's just not enough, I don't think, personally. Like defensively, like I rate Martins, but the rest of them aren't great. Like they're fine, they're MLS standard, but like I don't know, man. It's a weird one. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I obviously want him to turn it around, but I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Well, left back is probably the biggest understated crime in MLS, that New York City let go of Amundsen after winning the league. Like, NYC won the league and then let Amundsen go, and they've basically replaced him over time with fucking O'Toole here. Which is, and you see Amundsen, how well he does for Columbus, who won the league last year. Then you'll see how stupid that is. But at right back, Tavon Gray played for Jamaica like yesterday, where I am, depending on what time zone you are, it might still be the same day. And Ilinic is away with Slovenia under 21s or some nonsense. So it's a bit of a mystery who will play right back. I personally, he's not anywhere in the probability here, but I would be surprised to see Hack get some minutes in a game like this. Personally, I think Cushion loves Hack, and I don't know how he would put him in, but maybe he does. I don't know. So just something I would throw out there. But yeah, until Cushion leaves, I don't think NYC are going to get any better, sadly. Should be a good game for Cincy on paper, but could be the banana skin.
100%. And then New England at home to Chicago. Again, how many players are New England? I know New England are missing their keeper.
Yep.
Trying to think who else is missing. I don't think they're missing that many, if any. Or the young winger, Esmir. I'm not going to pretend to be able to pronounce his second name, but he's like 19. He's really sort of hit the ground running. Really good player. I think he's away with the American side. So Nacho Heel's coming in, or Gil, whatever, comes in for him. So the brothers can a brotherly DA, double DA maybe this weekend. But yeah, everything else looks relatively normal, I would say. Veroni, Shalansai, Kessler, Jones, Romney. I think everything looks pretty standard there.
Not too bad.
Chicago. Do you see that? Do you see the goal last week? Acosta's goal.
One? Acosta's?
They won 4-3.
Oh, Keller Acosta. Yeah, I did. I did. Yeah,
with the wind.
It was wild. It was absolutely wild. Everyone was lambasting MLS when they seen it. Like, oh, look at the state of this league and all that.
I know, but it's happened in the Prem. Like, I think Pickford's been lobbed one. Like, it happens. Wind just does its thing sometimes. Edwards in goal is not standard. What's that mean? As in...
whoever their goalkeeper is away. Edwards is in over...
Right, yeah. We mentioned that at the start, didn't we? Yeah.
I thought it was covered,
I think the first thing I said, Padigal, was about the goalie. But, Chicago were weird. They were 3-0 down last week to Montreal. Ends up winning 4-3. And then, just a mad turn of events. But that is... I think Brady got the assist, actually, for that, which is mad. But, yeah, I mean, the Chicago team's better than last year, for sure. No Shaqiri there. Always there, Shaqiri there. Look behind Muller for me, Quinny, please, just to see.
Behind Muller.
That's interesting. Where's Big Shaq? So I'm pretty sure he played last week, but maybe not.
Internationals?
Oh, yeah, he must be, right? Yeah, he might have gone away with Switzerland. Good point. Okay, so there... It's a miss. It's definitely a miss, isn't it? You playing. It's probably a good fix. Well, it is a good fixture for New England. Obviously, Carlos Heel probably does his thing. Not much difference for them team wise. But they haven't been great. Like, they've been fine. Where's New England on that? They're at the bottom, no? Yeah,
right at the bottom. Jesus.
I watched them against Toronto, Quinny, and it was Toronto away from home as well. Like, New England were home, and they just look rubbish.
They are honking, man, stinking the place out.
Philly as well.
Wow, 3 draws, 5-5.
Yeah, mental, mate. Honestly.
Jesus.
Yeah, CONCACAF. That's true, John Onesby. Good point, mate. Obviously, they have been playing that CONCACAF league or whatever, haven't they? So, that probably has depleted them a little bit. Same for Philly as well.
Fair.
And then what?
Now, this game's a funny one when I seen it in my own matchup builder. Sporting Kansas City at home to LA Galaxy, because we all like, and oh, by the way, spanner in the works for me. Where the hell is JFR? Where is Johnny fucking Russell? Bummer. That kills me, man. I think that's my only forward that I had any hope in. Like, this guy can do the business at least. Get me a 75. Go on. That's a killer, man. But otherwise, it looks pretty full strength, doesn't it? I'm not too familiar with the defense these days at Kansas, but midfield and attack certainly, minus
Yeah.
GFR. But
I think Fontas missed last game for whatever reason, but it looks like he should come back according to Play Sharper. Yeah, it's a pretty standard team for Kansas City, who are, Shalai's doing okay. I don't think he's got a DA yet, but I think he's been taking set pieces, and Pulido's a good number 9 if he's sort of fit or whatever. But yeah, Galaxy have been scoring goals. They've been scoring some serious goals. They've also conceded a few as well. I think I watched most of the last game they played. Who did they play last game? They drew St. Louis. They played St. Louis away, Quinny, and it was 3-3. Like, it was just nuts. Like, Puig gave away a goal because he was dilly-dallying on the edge of his own box and lost the ball. And Painsil looks ridiculous. Like, he's just too fast and too sharp for that league already. Looks really, really sharp. But looks he's 60% on there. Joveljic has looked really good. He's scoring goals. About time.
yeah, definitely.
He's got the service, He's got the service. I know you're a big fan of, well, I don't know if you are anymore, but you definitely were decent enough. Yeah, because I remember you had his Anderlecht card, I think, a while ago. Or one of us did. But like good defense as well. Like Yoshida, lots of experience there. Mickey Yaman obviously has come in and done pretty well. Gaston Brugman, who's coming back from injury. They've got a good team, like a really good team, like really, really good. And they've got that Peck to come off the bench as well, if not start. I don't really rate Fagundes personally, but yeah, I think people are waiting for Fagundes to kind of get benched basically for that Gabriel Peck, even though I don't think he has a card yet. But yeah, there's goals in this game is basically what I'm going to get out of that. I judging off what Galaxy have done recently. Yeah, but Kansas at home will probably give them a good go. I think it could be a little 2-all, maybe. I don't know. There's definitely goals on either side here for me, 100%.
Yeah, I'm maybe less convinced. I don't know. I suppose, yeah. Kansas at home, yeah, they'll get a goal or two, I suppose. I don't know. When I look at this attack, but I'm thinking like that could be like a Belgian team or something like that.
It could quite easily. Yeah. No,
or something like that. It's like a decent team. Like. Proper, like eight of those guys would, be of interest to a lot of clubs in the world. Like
100%.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, that's a nice team. Good game for the neutral, no doubt. And sadly, no GFR for Sporting Kansas City. And then we go to St. Louis City, and this is when people stereotype fixtures. I'm always looking for at home to DC. I'm looking for that game where you've got DC United coming to your place because they're always in some sort of mess, never doing too good, and St. Louis in their debut season, very good at home. And again, team lines up as follows. I don't really recognise any change from the season before. This guy, Pompeo, feels like a kind of new name, but see, I didn't follow St. Louis closely, but Vasilev, Durkin.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard team. I think they're missing their main man, though, aren't they? The midfielder, what's his name?
Yeah. Yeah, what is his name?
The German guy.
Uh-huh. Is he German?
Lads. Yeah. Lowen.
Aye. Lewin,
yeah.
Yeah, of course. So who's he? Is he playing for a youth team? I didn't think he was that young.
No, he's like 27, 28. He must be injured again. He's been in and out already. Like he's had a few fitness issues. Yeah.
DC United aren't,
they're not as bad as they used to. Like we can't paint them on on the Rooney side of things. Like they haven't been terrible. Klitsch has looked pretty good so far. Benteke's obviously been scoring a few goals, even though he was injured for a game or two. Like they're not terrible. Jared Stroud playing against his ex. Oh, they got a few ex St. Louis boys in there.
Yeah,
which is an interesting one. So I don't know. St. Louis are fine. Like I said, I watched the game last week against Galaxy, and they got a few good little players. Jackson's good. Pompeyu's good. Vasilev, is good as well. Durkin's obviously been around for a little while. They've got some decent players. There's no one there I'm like, oh wow, like this guy's like a serious, player.
Operator.
Klaus is good if you can give him the service, but he hasn't really kicked on yet.
Berkey's a big difference in these teams, doesn't he?
He is, yeah, but like he always seems to he never seems to keep clean sheets, or anything. It's weird. Like genuinely, even last season, I think he won goalie of the year and he kept like a stupid amount of clean sheets that weren't high, But obviously, great keeper. But like I always say, you're only as good as the defense in front of you. It doesn't matter how good you are in goal. Like you're just gonna get peppered sometimes, and that back four there, I'll be honest, I don't really know. I know Nielsen's okay, but there's just not much going on there for me.
Fair enough. St. Louis at home to Chicago, and then we go a little bit down on the overall matchups tab, but we eventually come to the Portland Timbers, who are at the draw merchants, the Philadelphia Union, like we seen earlier. So Timbers, I think some of their players are starting to click this season. They're starting to get a little bit more motion in the ocean, a wee bit more. Oh yeah, lots of green scores here. For the boys in green, the Portland Timbers, Moreno, Evander especially, L5 popping there.
That Moreno forward card is looking pretty tasty right now. Like that middle three of like Evander, Anthony, and Moreno is kind of as good as it gets, I would say, in the MLS right now. Up there with like the Galaxy, maybe not as good, but name recognition wise. And Evander wasn't like incredible last year, but you watch him play, like he's silky, but he looks like he got a bit of an attitude problem. He's just chewing his chewing gum and just sort of, I don't know, just bouncing around.
Not really, punk.
Yeah, he's just a bit bothered, and like, I don't know, he looks class though. Like you get him on any set pieces and stuff, he's got wicked delivery and he looks really, really good. But yeah, I don't know. They Portland look dangerous this year. I'll be honest, they do. They've definitely some things going on with them. Esprilla, if you can get him service as well, he's not a bad number 9. And playing against a Philly side, like you said, they haven't just clicked at all yet, have they? Like literally not at all. Like Wagner's L5 is 38, Quinny. He was tipped to be the best sort of defender in this league. Or, he probably is still, really, we can't write him off yet. But you know what I mean? SO5 wise, he just hasn't been at it. And obviously, no Blake in goal. The rest looks pretty standard. Obviously, Elliot Gleason's. Bedoya doesn't normally start. He's like obviously been there for years and whatever, hasn't he? Club captain and stuff. But missing, who is it? Gazdag at number 10. They're missing. Oh, what's the midfielder called? Oh my god,
We've got a guy,
Jose Martinez.
Okay, yeah, Jose Martinez, and then there's I
want
to say Andre Santos, but I don't know if that's the guy's name in attack that they had last year. It's not Andre Santos, but it's maybe something.
That is their two number 9s, Carranza, Ure, and then Gazdag plays in the 10.
Yep.
I mean, Quinn Sullivan's a good little player. His brother's the one that just signed for Man City. Younger brother, but yeah, he's decent. Quinn Sullivan, decent player, but yeah, Philly just like Stefan says, been hit with some big internationals not playing, and this could be like Timbers is not their week, but I do think they could win this game, to be honest, and maybe even though Philly do have a bit of firepower, I still think there could be the chance of a nice little clean sheet at home, maybe.
Yeah, it is weird to see them not do that well, because like the thing with this Philly team is Jim Curtin's always got them to just be good and beat teams, and their team has never looked that great. They've always had younger players. They've never really relied on the international players too. I know they have them, and missing them is a huge loss. Of course it is, but it's not like they go out and get big DPs and they go and splash money or anything like that. They're a hustler club in that, and they play their system, they play their style, and it's just unusual to see it. It's just flat, isn't it? It's just obviously not, maybe CONCACAF's been in for them. I see I've not been following Philly this season, but it's just unsuspected. It catches you off guard when you see that.
100%.
Colorado thereafter. Ooh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a weird one as well. I watched a bit of the Colorado-Seattle game on Sunday, maybe it was. Mihalovic missed a pen, which is great for him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And Cole Bassett's been doing pretty well recently. The last couple of games, some really nice AA.
I love Cole Bassett. And Sam Vines, by the way. These are two fantastic MLS players. Like they're both too good for an MLS, totally. Like Mihalovic as well. That three there are all like way too good. Like, and Colorado, talk about hustler clubs, by the way. They've done some of the best hustles in the league over the last couple of seasons. So fair play to them. It looks like they finally replaced Danny Wilson, but in defence with this guy Maxo. So he's in. Zach Steffen, the failed Man City backup, has got a place finally. Calvin Harris, by the way. I won this guy at the time it was a tier 3 super rare, but in today's world it would have been like a tier 7. It was forever ago.
Yeah, he came from Wake Forest. Like, when I was playing in college over here, like he was just getting drafted from Wake Forest. I think Omar Fernandez came from Wake as well, the ex Red Bull kid. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they're decent. That Navarro's a decent number 9 though. I don't mind him. He's actually half decent. Yeah, but no Hector Herrera obviously for Houston is going to be a big miss for them over the next couple of
Vegas can
months.
carry some water.
Yeah, I like Grey Goose. He's always been, every time I've watched him, I've always been quite impressed with him. I think he's been taking their set pieces maybe as well, in Herrera's absence. But like Gabe Segal up front for Houston, like Jesus Christ, man, he couldn't even get a game for New York.
He went to Israel and couldn't get a game, mate.
Did he? Yeah.
Aye, on loan.
Weird,
I think.
isn't it? Very weird.
Yeah, so I've not got his card. I was thinking when I seen that, maybe I should just buy it. Said I've got a forward for this weekend, but against Colorado, I don't know if he's not going to get a sniff, man. Against Keegan
This game could be like
all this stuff.
This game could be 0-0 easy.
And yeah, I just don't really see Houston scoring as the main problem, unless it's like a set piece and like a defender does something, like get a head on, like I just don't see Seagull scoring.
That Ibrahim has been decent mind. I'll give him props. He's been scoring a few goals, I believe. But yeah, I do agree with you. I do struggle to see them getting a goal there, honestly.
Aye, good win for Colorado. This could be a good one for Mihailovic to turn up in.
Yeah, maybe. As long as he's still on pens, bless him, after his miss. And then New York are favourites, technically, against Inter Miami. What world are we living in?
International break. So how many of... I heard you and Laird talking about it on Wednesday or yesterday. I forget what day it was now. But we'll start with Miami, I guess. And it's like the B team, or not even the B team. So we've still got Jordi Alba, by the way. We've still got Sergei Kristov. Still got Biscuits.
It's basically it's basically no Messi, no Diego Gomez, the midfielder.
I know they have technically lost like 8 players or something on paper, haven't they?
No Redondo. Yeah, they're missing like two starting midfielders. Gressel would have played them right back, but obviously can play midfield. And then you're obviously missing a Messi. But yeah, I mean, like Tobias says, 15 players out, but maybe 15. They're missing but then probably missing what, like, and Calendar actually in goal. So you are still looking at half a team in all honesty, but like it's just Messi really. Like Messi, Redondo, and obviously Gomez. I'd say obviously the biggest misses.
No Forsberg for the Bulls.
I know. I'm gutted about that. No
goalkeepers out as well. So DNP keeper coming into this.
Yeah, goalkeeper's a toss up. It's not a great Rebels team.
Very bad defense, isn't it?
Without a Forsberg. Yeah, Reyes doesn't normally start because I have his card and he's not normally starting. Tolkien not playing is a big miss for Rebels. Yeah, I don't know. This could be I say that, Inter Miami still have Suarez. Like, there's still players who can score goals at the end of the day. Yeah,
people of this, against this defense, this is the sort of team that Suarez can slaughter.
Oh, he would absolutely rinse them, wouldn't he? If we're being honest, like if he's on it, if his knees are working for
an hour,
minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
whatever he needs, he'll just chip a few keepers and just go. You know what? The bench looks good to me for this next 60 minutes or next 45. I'll just have a chill on that. You boys go run around like headless chickens for me.
I was going to say to you as well. I don't know if you've seen this, but Lewis Morgan, I think, is now wearing like number 9 at the Red Bulls. I seen him score his first goal of the season, then I seen the back of his. I'm like, is it the number 9? It was a funny number change anyway. I'm sure it was number 9 he took. I was like, okay,
I think. Yeah. I think you're right. I think he is number 9.
He's an attacking mid here with also fellow ex-Celtic player Cameron Harper. If that's his name, I've forgotten it. But he's starting a rare game in here. He's played every position on the pitch, and that's just it's probably still pretty decent man for a Miami, half a team or not. So but funny one.
How are Red Bulls like favourites? So I don't know.
I think it's the headline, isn't it, of Miami are missing Messi and 15 other international players.
I don't know. Well, I guess they're only slight favourites, aren't they? If they're 44% on to win.
And then we come to
Toronto.
TFC. Still no Sean John in goals. Boo. Matty Longstaff in the building.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I mean, they've surprised a lot of people so far this season. And Insigne's been on fire. Bernardeschi looks, like a football player again. He looks like he wants to play football. Don't think he's had a DA yet, but he is looking a bit sharper. It's funny. Like the defense, that Rosted or whatever, the left center half's not bad, but like Kevin Long and O'Neill, it's just funny seeing those two play. They're big. Yeah. I don't know what they are, but yeah, it's a weird team, but it's working because Insigne's just being a little magician as he normally does, and it's kind of seeing them through things. But the team does look a lot better than last year. Even Sean Johnson was amazing the first couple of games, so that is a big miss, I think. But I think the other guy came in last game or for 2 games now and has done really well as well. So I don't think it really matters who's in goal for them, to be honest.
Nah, probably not. I think especially scoring goals. It's the name of the game in MLS. If you're scoring more goals, then you're probably going to face less shots a little bit as well. So yeah. I hope that doesn't. I don't want people to get too excited about that. I just want Sean Johnson to get back in.
Right. Yeah.
Sean John's number 1. Let's not skirt around that. Big man's number 1. Yeah. And wow, this Atlanta team is unrecognizable. That's all the right people, isn't it? Wow, Jesus. They're missing a fair few bodies here, aren't they? It feels like
Almada, Giacomakis.
Lopadze and Silva have been playing. I recognise those guys, of course.
Yeah, they have.
The defence, I'm not sure if it's been...
Hernandez has been there for years.
Yeah. I had a super rare as well once upon a time.
Did you?
And it was absolutely... Normally he's away with blooming Venezuela sitting on their bench.
Yeah.
Not even doing that anymore.
And then obviously Brooke Lennon's been pretty good recently. Got a couple of decisives and stuff. But yeah, that does look like a very depleted Atlanta team. And yeah, Toronto are in good form. So that looks again like a really nice home fixture, I would say, for them.
Really. We jump to Seattle because we're getting a shout in the chat to go to Seattle. I think we've done almost them all. We can't have that many left. Feels like we've touched on
like Columbus, San Jose, and like you said, Seattle, basically.
Yeah. 18 minutes to deadline. I've got a bit of deadline drama. I'm trying to sort it out. I've got no JFR. I had 3 teams. I might only have 2 now of any repute and regard. But this is one of the things. I'm hoping this guy gets a start because I need him. But San Jose, never that good. Don't think there's anything in this team to really write home about. Is there this Pellegrino guy from Odd or who was it? He came from
Bodo, something like that, wasn't it?
Bodo. L15's high. I don't know if that's a hangover from Europe or not, but
I think it is. Yeah, he hasn't been great yet.
And then Seattle. Roldan brothers on the right. Rui Diaz in attack with Jordan Morris. Seb Fry on 60% at the moment with Thomas in behind there. Arriaga, Tolo complete the back four with Reagan. The midfield is a bit all changed, isn't it? Obed and Leva. No Atencio. No, who's the other guy? That's Rusnak.
Yeah, Rusnak's been taking like a cortisol shot or something this week, so he's like a bit of a doubt. And Josh Asensio got red carded last week, so he is out as well. I don't know. Seattle are just a bit meh. Like they obviously have a lot of the players that we've seen for a while, but is it going to really come to much away to San Jose? I don't know. It doesn't look great as a fixture, does it? If we're being honest.
I'm thinking, but see if like Morris is on the right hand side, like this double Roldan Morris right hand side is like 3 wingers, like
literally.
So I was just looking at who's the left back there, and this guy's got an L15 of 42. He could be absolutely rinsed in this game. That's the only thing. Only positive I could maybe, because the rest of the team is a bit meh, isn't it? Rui Diaz is good for a penalty or a tap in or something. We love the Roldans. We love a bit of Jomo, but yeah. And then Columbus, Charlotte, I think is maybe the only other game that we've not touched yet.
Yeah, I think it is, mate. Actually, yeah, you're right.
15 minutes to the deadline. Harry, have you got your teams locked and loaded?
I've got my teams. Yeah, I need to do my my training teams, really, to be honest, mate. But yeah, my teams are actually secured. I've got 4 teams, basically.
I thought that said Aubameyang there. So,
This is his long lost brother, I think.
Aubameyang.
Yeah, I think who is it? I think Trippin B's quite high off him, to be fair. I think he's doing, he's sort of shown a bit of promise in Capetti's absence. But yeah, I mean, Charlotte are just Charlotte, aren't they? They've got no Vargas. I think he's injured, which is a big miss on that wing for them. And, Westwood, Arfield, they got a few, bits of quality, bits of experience. But yeah, Melander's been pretty decent at the back. But yeah, again, it just doesn't look like a great team, does it? If we're being honest, like it's just not.
And then we've got the reigning champions. Are they still, or was that the year before, or no?
Yeah,
it
was
the champions.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
last year. The reigning champions, the cup holders, Evan Bush, 15-0.
He's my boy this week. He's my boy. 15 quid deep I am into Evan Bush this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously still depleted. No Morris.
Not by much, but like
not by
still get
much.
Chucho and Diego Rossi up front. They'll be fine.
Right, but Rossi couldn't score in a brothel right now. It's just Chucho show. Rossi literally hasn't had a DA all season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they look that weak to me. Aiden Morris, of course, but
yeah, and the keeper as well. Like they've got their third keeper in, not even second. But the defense is still pretty solid, and yeah, I just don't see Charlotte troubling them too much, if we're being honest, right? So yeah, I still think Columbus probably come. Yeah, if Chucho's on fire, there's not much you can really do about that, is there?
Yeah, for real. I think this is a good one for Columbus, despite the absentees. But yeah, like Charlotte probably want their national players back, don't they? Like Liel Abada, the aforementioned, got some minutes for Israel as well, I think the day before yesterday. So he's fit and available at least anyway, but he's back in town. I don't know if he's waiting for clearance and stuff like that as well. Sometimes that can be tricky from Europe to America in the initial kind of transfer over. I remember when Sviatchenko first went over, it took him like 6 weeks to get a game, because of paperwork and stuff like that. So it's very common, But so yeah, that's all the predicted 11s we've got for the MLS Special Weekly. Harry boy, let's see what you're rocking and rolling with this week.
I'll show you the teams I've got. I've only got, like I said, 4 teams. Obviously, rocking the MLS Special Weekly. I didn't need 4 new season cards, but my extra player could have been Rusnak, old season, but it was out of Artur and Corey Baird, and I've gone with Artur. Splitting up the 4-man Cincy stack, putting in a 4-man 240 effort. I'll be Lamonchu, Corey Baird, and Ivan Heel. Second Div Europe for the Road to Glory. Ivan Heel's in there again, as is Monchu. And then under 23 Rare Plus Quinny with hopefully a bit of Rare Plus, Rare Pro success before that sort of disappears on us. I brought in Caicedo and Villarasa for this upcoming weekend, and obviously rolling out the Santi and Maya. Anika Alvarez is apparently starting this weekend. Sorry, for VRL too. I bought the backup to him, Miguel Moro, hoping. Well, yesterday Miguel Moro was in goal, so I was hoping he would play. But now it looks like Ika Alvarez didn't go away with Andorra, so I'll end up getting it wrong somehow. I'll get stung. I will. So yeah, that's what I'm rocking, and I just obviously need to do my academy teams. But have you managed to figure out your little situation?
I think I need to just delete it to do it again. 2 of the teams, yeah. So I had an all-star team I was quite happy with going into Rare. It's all just kind of American, and I had Russell up front, but I've had to put O'Toole in. So I've got I've got O'Toole as my only definite starting attacker, so that's lovely. And ahead of Gold and Santi Rodriguez, Malte Amundsen in defence. Freeze and goals might not do that great, so I'm not that high on it anyway. But the second team I was going to build was a 220 because I've got the limited Freeze, which is fine, but he's quite expensive. With Johnson not playing, I don't have another rare keeper. And then, it's kind of like the cheapest guy I've got is Martins, and I was just trying to fill it in from here. So Ladero at 39 is great. And then, Giacomakis. I don't think... did Greece have a game this game week? He's showed for Atlanta, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, he came off the bench yesterday for Greece.
But did they have a game this game week? Do you know, Harry?
Not this weekend. Next weekend. Next midweek, sorry.
Next midweek. Right, okay, fine. So, no Jacko. And I was going to check the prediction. I don't think Magno's fit and available, but he's maybe on the bench. And I've got Misovsky, who will be on the bench for Seattle. So maybe I just put him because I know he'll be there. then I'm left with 46 for this cap 220 shift. Sadly, I can't quite get Jason in at 48, so it's going to have to be like Sands at 40, which is fine. At least I know he's starting, and I can captain Ladero. Fine. Just need Musovski to come off the bench and hopefully do something. And then I was just going to throw some guys into 240 and cross your fingers on the bottom target. So Johnson, maybe I don't need to put Johnson in anymore because he's at top level now. So maybe I'll just put Barazan, save the points. And then we've got Yaman, who we can't get a game for. We know Japan's cancelled. Maxi Morales has been back on the grass, so he might be a super sub, but we know Jason's probably going to play it right back. And then in attack, it's really Magno from the bench is our only shout here, with the Japan game being cancelled. Is Johnny Russell capable from the bench, or is he out?
I think he's out personally, but I could be wrong. I've heard he's out.
Out. Okay, let's go Magno on the bench. If he's probably out as well. And then I'm probably just going to put Maxi in here as the fifth man. Hack. I think Hack could get minutes. But I've seen Maxi training, so he could get minutes too, just as likely. And Captain Yaman, and then we'll go bottom target. And just cross our fingers and toes on that one. So yeah, that'd be my three little teams.
I was just going to say, Jonathan, yeah, apparently if you look on Play Sharper, apparently Ika Alvarez didn't, like the VRL 2 manager said today that he's going to play basically. Or like he didn't go away with international team, so yeah.
And Shoshix is asking about Abada. Now, I've been saying this, by the way, to anyone who is interested in him for like MLS reasons, but like he's definitely like he's going to be exceptional in MLS. I think Abada, he is fantastic. We all loved him at Celtic, but the problem, and I'm not going to get into it too much in the show, right? But the problem really just comes down to the Celtic fan base has long supported the Palestinian cause, and there's like a lot of like social political stuff in and around the fan base, and like just even speaking freely to you as like a Scotsman and as a Glaswegian, like the Palestine-Israel thing is like something I've been aware of, and I think everyone in Scotland's been aware of like their whole life. Like if you go into Glasgow City Centre at the weekend, before all this stuff has happened, there's always people standing with like, you know, they've got their tables and their little kind of tents set up, and they're handing out leaflets and they're talking to people and maybe collecting donations or something. I don't know what else they get up to. I don't know, but talking about like Palestine and Israel and all the rest of it. So it's something that is quite thoroughly like kind of in the zeitgeist here. It's a topic people talk about, you know, and have sides on, you know, one way or another. And we've had lots of players from Israel. We've had Ayal Berkovic, if any of you remember him, the old goat from West Ham. He played for Celtic. We've had Beaton at the club for ages. We've had El Hamid. We've had more than I can remember. We have good relationships with Israeli clubs. But when this thing kicked off, you know, it's just, I don't know, Abada's acting like, I don't know what he's acting like, right? I find it surprising that, like, I know it's a conflict that's happened, but it's kind of like, you know, like we've been waving those flags that, I've not been waving flags, but like people have been waving flags at the stadium the whole time. It's not news, but anyway, it just kind of became a bit much, I think, overall. I think Celtic were believing that they could try and keep him, but see, as soon as there's any discomfort, it should have just been, let's just, you know, move on, because these things are just bigger than football, really, you know, and that's why I don't want to talk about them, but I'm just kind of answering the question and being kind of frank about it, if you all don't mind. Maxi Morales is still alive. Yes, he is. He is still
firmly alive.
So, and I think just with America being the only open transfer window, he just got to the point where he's like, no, I'm getting out of here pronto. And it was just the first thing for him to go to. I think he does see his career back in Europe. But like I've said to you, Harry, maybe a few others, like it's going to be very hard to come back to Europe. You know, like, you know, good players like really struggle to do that, you know, like, so yeah. I don't know if it was really a full explanation I gave you, Shoshix, but basically when the stuff happened, like Celtic fans are still quite pro-Palestine about things, and Abada is not, and that's just kind of the nuts and bolts of it, quite frankly, you know. Yeah, I think there was a lot of pressure from the homeland from him to leave Celtic and stuff like that. I don't think, yeah, he took any joy in wearing the shirt thereafter, sadly, you know, which you never like to see, but you never get any hassle from us. And like, I was at his first game back from injury post the thing happening, and everyone gave him a round of applause, like standing ovation, welcoming him back and all that kind of thing, showing support for him and all the rest of it. So there's no aggro in that regard at all. Everyone wanted him to stay at Celtic by all regards. They even tried to like say, come on, it'll work out, Liel, try and stay and everything. That's why he didn't leave. And the beginning of the January window, so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's one of those ones. So, and again, like I'm not going to get into the actual bits and bobs of it all. Like that's just above me, So not my place to go into it. But yeah,
100%. Okay, well,
so,
we're 4 minutes to the deadline, mate.
And we are 5 minutes to the deadline on my watch. Maybe 4's on yours. You're in the future, Harry. Maybe you're 1 minute where the globe is turning. You're maybe just like that minute further of the globe turn, So yeah. 4 minutes to go by Harry's watch, certainly. And we've both got a couple of teams out.
Auctions.
Yeah, maybe. Harry, how many guys do you need in under 23 to win a prize this weekend? 5? Back to 5 guys?
I don't know. Like, there's not many goalkeepers playing, mate, to be fair, especially with the Japanese game off. So, like, Osako/Suzuki won't be playing. You're looking at, like, mate, honestly now, like, not many at all. If you just go pick scores quickly, under 23... You've got, like, Ika Alvarez doesn't even pop up on here, by the way. So you've got Leo Roman, you've got the Inter Miami keeper, Roman Juan, sorry. So you basically got, if you count Ika Alvarez as well, you basically got 4 keepers. So I'm going to actually say you're probably going to only need 4. Maybe in under 23 rare, you can easily get away with 4 players, I'd say. Not easily, but I bet you people are winning rewards with 4 players in under 23 rare. I don't know about rare plus, because of the super rares, but like if your super rares completely smash their faces off, then yeah, you'll only need maybe even 3 years.
Harry, I'm thinking about sliding my O'Toole-led team into 270 because he's got an L15 of 42. What do you think about that?
I mean, you're just not getting any cash, are you? If it does pop, right?
But what?
Where was it? All-Star, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd play an All-Star. Well, I don't know.
Not much to suggest he can do better than 60.
Not really, no. Especially away to Cincy. I think you've just got to cross everything you've got in your body and hope it pulls through somehow. Hope gold pulls it through, I would say.
Okay, keep it an All-Star. We'll do that. Fine. Just thought maybe there's a wee edge there. A wee edge to be gotten.
Yeah, maybe. Like, yeah, it's a weird one in America as well. Like, where's everyone playing their good MLS cards that aren't in season, Like, because River Plate cards came out yesterday. So are they going to be in the prize pools for America, maybe? Who knows?
Where's the money? Top 100? Is this a top 100 team?
Probably. Not with the fixture, if I'm being honest. Maybe, well, I don't know. It depends if New York can really hold their ground against Cincy, which will be tough. If that happens, then yeah.
Yeah, if we're not doing that great, this isn't any... Yeah, you're right. All-Star. But it's maybe 270's week, but this week, how many heads do we have in here now? 1,500? And how many are in All-Star? Double? Well, not double. But...
There's always going to be more in All-Stars, isn't there? But yeah, I don't know. Are you going to be happy with a tier 3 that's a 18-year-old's keeper that's never touched blade grass again? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's like
some supers, but nah, aye, fair enough. Just to be thought. I love this new filter, by the way. And do you know what they need to do as well? Sorare, if anyone inside Sorare themselves, anyone inside the internet is hearing this right now, by the way, guys, I've not given you the plea for the RNG luck that we all need for the weekend. But smash the like button, help us all out here. There's only 24 of you done that on YouTube. I know there is hundreds of you watching this at the moment. So smash the like button. We're almost at the deadline for that RNG luck to pay in, guys. Ross Irvin does say to go 270. Captain Malte, no chance in a month for Sundays. Malte is just not 100 capable. That's the difference here, is the 100 capability lies with gold. That takes the armband. Thanks very much, FPL veteran, by the way. Cole Bassett, nice. Good pickup. Very, very good player. But they need to adapt. See that My Lineups button? They need to do that for like collections as well. You see, if you were wanting to take a cool screenshot of your collection, it's not going to look cool.
I mean, you can do that share thing, can't you? Like,
yeah, that's broken as well. Watch this.
Right. Yeah, you're right. This is broken right now. Even with other lineups, it's not just the not just this. Oh, okay.
That one's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Yeah, that one's actually not too bad. But I've got other ones. I think it's the Girona one, and it's just David Lopez on repeat.
We all need a David Lopez in our lives, Quinny. Come on.
Yeah, that's it there. I don't know if I can show you that any bigger, but it's just David
Santi
Lopez
Bueno.
everywhere.
And Santi Bueno.
And Santi Bueno.
Espinosa's at the top there, top left.
Okay, a wee bit of Espinosa up there, but it's Santi Buenos and David Lopez.
And Wampy. Quinny,
but if you were to look at that picture, you're just seeing
I know.
David Lopez everywhere, and
it's just an army of Lopez's.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 15 cards. It says it there, 15.
That's weird, Quinny. You know the countdown on the if you go into like lineups and stuff. It's having a bit of a fit. My one was like counting down from 17 seconds, and now it's back to like 1 minute.
Ooh,
it's a bit weird.
You get an extra deadline time. That's me. I'm locked in now. All-Star, we're in.
Yeah, I'm locked as well, to be fair, but that's a bit strange.
Let's have a wee preamble into next weekend or next midweek. Do we have anything of interest?
It's the Welsh boys, Quinny.
It's the Welsh. I've not got any Welsh.
The mighty
Welsh. Oh, I've got Skorupski. He'll be on the bench. so that'll be great for me. He'll be on the bench. I can maybe play a pro team, by the way, with that goalkeeper on the bench. Oh, Jesus. Got the China forwards coming in. They're playing each other. That's fun. Surely one of them scores. GG playing Georgia. Ukraine. Mikey Johnson. Espinosa. I've got a DNP goalkeeper team here.
Okay.
Probably can't play that. I could do 220. I couldn't do 220 because I've not got another super. I can't do anything here, can I? Unless I drop Saganikov, which is rubbish because he's probably the best player there. I hope Iceland. Could do something daft like that, I guess. But I suppose if he's a DNP, I don't need them to be a blooming anything to us. I can just do that. And put
Giacomakis should get minutes.
Do you think? But Andrade starts. And that team that Heber plays for is rubbish. I know they're rubbish. They signed Heber, as their main striker.
You can't use three supers to start.
No, I know. I'm just going to get another DNP keeper. I was just waiting to see who needs the XP. We'll put in, or maybe put our Jojo Walcott in for banter. There we go. Captain Mikey. There we go. That'll be the team for. That'll be my team. Or do I have a limited keeper actually? Do I have a 220 option?
It's funny. There's one Croatian league team, one Croatian league game, and Challenger Europe is open. Istra versus Lokomotiva Zagreb. Two under-23 goalkeepers there, actually. By the way, in that little fixture there, I'm going to be throwing out this bad boy, the Welsh boys.
I just want to say, by the way, I'm the first team locked into that competition. Look at that; it says 0. I've entered. That's cool.
I've got 0 as well, to be fair. So I don't know if
the energy
to us, Quinny. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I'm going to hit refresh. Just say 1. Say 1. Yeah, still says 0 for me.
Yeah, same. That's weird.
You're first in the door, Harry.
I know. There's 11 in Challenger. There's 5 in Challenger Rare Plus. There's...
Nice.
It's funny because, you've got... I wonder what happens with under-23 Super Rare, right? I've got 2 under-23 Super Rares in Nico and Brennan. Would that be enough? Would that be enough for a prize, do you think?
Mate.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a couple of under-23 keepers, right? You've got Mamadashvili. You've got Lavoro Majek, however you pronounce his name, for Croatia, or the Croatian game, sorry. And you've got Kavlina for Lokomotiva. So I really don't think it's going to be as
How many super rares do they have? And then how many of them might play All-Star? And caps,
right? But
to go and win them.
Yeah, and Challenger. Yeah, I know. But then you've got Mamadashvili at home to Greece. If Trubin plays, I know he didn't play yesterday, but if he does, he has a fixture. So I don't know. It could be a sneaky one. That I could turn this team into an all-star team and throw those 2 supers into under-23 super to potentially do something that way. Trubin doesn't play. Yeah, Trubin probably doesn't play, does he?
There's hardly any matches, is there?
There's literally nothing.
I don't even know if this Espinosa guy I've got in defence plays. He's been dropped recently, or if he's injured or something. But so he's not even definite to start. But I got an offer on him today, so that always gives me a wee bit of hope that
Oh, that's
somebody's maybe got
interesting,
news, like he's back in the team. There's like 28 quid, and the guy withdrew. He must have looked at my gallery finally and went, all right, this guy's got
Right.
lots of Girona. He's probably not going to sell this.
Like, I might just do this and go under 23 rare, all-star rare, and then just play two supers in under 23 super rare. Because I really do wonder how this actually ends up looking. It'd be nice if I could get one more super rare in somehow, but I don't know who that would ever be because there's hardly any games on, is there?
Yeah. You
That's
go to
the
Colombia
issue.
and find a wee random guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to wait for the pick scores. Oh, Jonathan, that's a full under 23 team. So who's that? That'll be Nico Brennan, Mamadashvili, Kiwior for Poland. That's who you've got.
Nice.
And one other. Can't remember who else that would be. Who would that be? It'd have to be a mid. Do I just buy a Jacob Kiwior? Wow, you went for 400 quid. Wow, fucking hell. I won't be buying a Jacob Kiwior.
No.
I got a mid from Japan. Yeah, there is one Japanese game on Quinny, which is a funny one. If you go...
Nick Noid's got one here. Nico Noid. Nico Nid. He's got one here for you.
Oh,
Misha.
yeah. Misha in Colombia. Let's have a look. I spelled that right?
Yeah, probably.
Misha?
No, Tijuana's Mexico.
Mexico, isn't it?
Deportivo Cali, that one.
This one.
See, no, maybe it's not that one.
If we go under 23, let's go. I'm going to try and see who that J-League fixture is. Anyone from
Tokyo Verde, Kyoto Sanga.
Yeah. Oh, Mikey, you've got Mikey Johnson this midweek. This week. Yeah, this midweek coming up.
Yeah. He was my mid.
Nice. Yeah, Tokyo Virgin and Sanga. That's annoying because if it was Arakai's team or somebody, I have like two super rare Japanese under 23 mids, and obviously neither of them are playing. But
Mikey Johnson's he's not under 23. He's like 25.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Turnbull? No, Turnbull's not playing. Turnbull's not playing, is he?
Yeah, no Turnbull. Oh yes, Kawasaki. He's a good player actually, but I don't think I could. Well, I'm not gonna get his soup up. No chance. It would be nice, but that ain't happening. I don't think.
That would be good.
Sudakov.
Ooh, that's a good shout. He's blue X, red X. Blue.
Nobody's gonna get rid of his.
Bellamar? But Bellamar probably won't.
Bamba's Ukrainian, I think, isn't he?
Yes, of course.
Better, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird one. There's actually not many at all, really.
All those cards are really high level. I think all those guys are bought in.
Yeah, no chance. Let's have a look at any of the other games. Lithuania, Gibraltar. Oh, I know. I know. I know a defender.
Ooh. Is this Lithuania or something? It's Lithuania.
Yeah, Lithuania. I had his rare one. Look what he scored yesterday. 48.
Woofed.
Yeah, I used to have his rare, but...
He'll be moving to Hearts. Watch this space. He would transfer to Hearts any minute now.
That could be a weird one.
Ed Giddis as well. He's definitely going to Hearts. Definitely. I can see it happening now.
Yeah, I could go to Pavel, couldn't I? Let me go. This will be a fun one. Let's just do this to end the stream. Let's have a look what Pavel's got going on in the Super Rare under 23 for next game week. Nice shout, Charles.
I tried to send a funny tweet earlier on. I don't think it sent.
What, to me? Or just in general?
Nah. There's a funny one from... no, send now? Is it not sent already? Maybe it did. Maybe it wasn't funny. I don't know what's going on here. It has sent now. Oh, there we go. 3 seconds ago. It was a quote from Endrick's agent or Endrick or something like that, talking about how Real Madrid said after missing out on Neymar, they would never miss out on like Vinny, Rodrigo, Endrick, etc. Like they just won't.
No way.
And I thought there's a Sorare parallel there if ever I've heard one, you know.
Right, lads, hands off.
Oofed.
Pavel, but it's a mid version Quinny, which is weird.
Weird.
Yeah, no, but I would need I'd still use it. It wouldn't score as well, obviously, but and then he has
Bummer.
this guy. Lads, hands off, by the way. We got a goal last game. Okay. Could I maybe do something there? He's going to want an arm and a leg, though, is the issue, isn't he? Ooh, this guy played yesterday.
He plays quite a lot, mate. Was he Lithuanian? He's decent, by the way. Like, he's a decent Serie A midfielder. I didn't know he's under 23 as well.
Basil has one as well. Yeah, Basil has one.
He's not a good scorer, as you can see there, mate, but he's not a dud of a player. Like, he's actually, he's tidy, you know?
Yeah. I might have to
19?
bring him in. Oh,
Didn't realise he was that young.
Somebody got rid of him yesterday. Look at that. Basil's just pulling
in.
someone's pants down as normal. Fuck it now. Literally pulled his pants down.
So, yeah, he might improve. Being that young as well, if he steps down from Torino, like level-wise as well, could easily... And if he's an international, it's a nice wee asterisk, isn't it? A nice wee detail. Love a bit of that. But Harry, the deadline is 10 minutes old. I always love this. This is kind of what me and Harry do kind of after the show and all that anyway. But I think the people are leaving. They're away to enjoy their weekend and all the rest of it, guys. So thanks to everyone that has joined us. And good luck for this game week for the MLS special, whatever it is you're up to. Me and Harry are getting ready for next weekend or next midweek. But we'll be back for next weekend, which will be the new normal first edition. So we'll see you next week. Harry, it's been a pleasure, my man.
Been a pleasure, mate. And good luck everyone at home.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.